But Elevate have had a good run, right? They
Yeah.
beat Team 1. They tied Liquid, which is a big deal in the region specifically. This is a big hamper for Liquid.
Yeah.
They're able to beat INTZ, who are right now still at first. They did an okay job against FaZe, 7-3 in the end for FaZe, and they tied Black Dragons. So Elevate, they're not too shabby coming in.
Yeah.
And right now, there is no use of that excuse of, yeah, it's their first time here. We don't know who they are. Let's play the number 6. Which map are we going to play on?
Last minute decision here from MIBR. What it'll be? Bank.
Bank.
So they saw Elevate lose 3-7 to FaZe, you mentioned earlier, and they're like, yeah, Bank. That's the one for us. So we were actually very, very narrowly avoiding yet another cafe. As you can see, that was the last ban. But MIBR have not shown Bank yet this season. Bank was actually only played on Playday number 2.
Yeah.
Enough, that's it.
There's only Elevate versus FaZe, and it's kind of fallen out of favor in the region.
But we'll see it today. So that's not too bad. Obviously, Elevate probably going to look to shore things up from how that match went against FaZe. So probably won't play exactly the same, but MIBR are at least going to have some idea what they're doing on this, and it was their choices they had last ban.
Yeah, and I'm really sorry for everybody out there who's like, oh, where's my free Reddit karma? Because I can't screenshot the percentages for every region and post it for all the operators and such and post it on the subreddit. I'm sorry, it's out. There's another percentage, though, and it's MIBR winning the popular vote 62%.
I'm not even sure I agree with that, with how Elevate's been playing, surprisingly.
Honestly, I completely agree with that, which is... this is the popular vote. It has to go through the electoral college first.
Yeah, of course. It's not a true direct democracy.
Apparently, that's how it works.
Yeah,
Don't ask me about it.
Twitter has the electoral colleges on.
What is democracy in the end? But here's MIBR Elevates. We're getting ready to head into the game in just a moment. But we're on Bank, Thatcher Ban, right? Habana.
Thatcher, Habana, probably.
Echo.
Yeah, very likely.
And
Mira, yeah. Very likely.
Let's see if we can hold up to this.
Yeah, that's what we're betting on. So obviously they don't decide these ahead of time. There's no way for us to know the operator bans ahead of time. So,
I mean, but we can.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
because we're smart.
Well,
because together we might be able to conjure up some sort of semblance of intelligence.
Conjure up, huh?
Yeah.
Pull it out of our hat.
I was gonna say something else.
Just a big-brained rabbit.
Big brain time.
What? Thatcher ban? Oh, no. Oh? All the strategies they were preparing completely out the window. Elevate just have done... They've won the round, the match, just off of... All right. That's enough of that.
You're funny.
No.
I'm glad we agree.
All right. Popular vote says...
Ibana.
Whoa, there we go again. All right.
All right.
So nothing unusual.
2 out of 4.
All right. I think the Mira is very likely. It's just a question of the Echo or the Maestro.
Who does MIBR ban, though, precisely? I know there's...
I just saw Echo, so obviously Echo. That's how it works, right? These are hints.
All right,
Background. Well, there's the Mira, though, so it's got to be Mira now. There's the Maestro. See, is this?
Get out!
Could be inside
Get
Echo.
out!
Could be.
Out the window!
He's very strong on this map.
Really?
You see, I couldn't tell if that was serious or not. That sounded like actually inquisitive. Really?
Nobody expects the Milosh Inquisition.
Yeah.
And there's the Mira at the end. We were wrong, but Echo Maestro depends on one or the other. Latin America historically bans Maestro way more often than the Echo. Plays him a lot more often.
We'll see it. We saw quite a bit of Echo play in the last match, and we'll likely see it here as well.
Yeah.
If it ain't banned, you won't use it. There's a reason why it's banned, because people do use it.
So expect to have the operator played inside of, well, Echo that is, played inside of the garage, right?
Yeah, so a few predictable things to start out with here. Of course, yeah, the Echo in the garage, the Maverick going to be very necessary to help get hatches open while Thermite does his job. CCTV is going to be first. None of that really out of character of most of this. And that Kayed as well to make sure that Thermite can't get the hatches, that Maverick has to do it, etc., etc. Goyo, though, going to be 6th pick too. That'll keep things a little bit interesting, I suppose. As we will see some good shield play. Could even see one of those shields on the server stairs, but there's a risk in doing so. Of course, they can work against you, but honestly, I do think it's worth it. If you're going to throw a shield on the server stairs, might as well make it explode. The only downside is you need to make sure you're backed up just a little bit when they're trying to clear a utility on the top server stairs so you don't get burned by it. Well, they also have an Echo and a Smoke, so high chance they have a 4th and possibly 5th shield. You see Will Smoke placing one of those right now, so they definitely have a 4th. It's just a question whether or not Hunter brought one on the Echo, which he likely did. Barbed wire going down from the Jaeger at the top of blue.
10 seconds.
For those of you unclear on the callouts, the server stairs we refer to as blue stairs or blue.
5 seconds to go.
Just because the color there is blue.
Blue.
And I like
It's
that
that simple.
that was something that, you know, the color of stairs was a thing that was adopted by teams early on in callouts, in Pro League and things like that. And then the map developers started learning that they could do that intentionally if they weren't already, and have done so. Although oddly enough, they switched the color of the stairs for white stairs on Stadium to be yellow for some reason. And white stairs is the main stairs. The ones that would normally be armory stairs are now the white stairs by name, and the ones that would normally be white stairs are now called yellow stairs. I don't know why they did that. So whoever did Stadium, good job except for that. Sorry.
You just ruined my experience.
No, sorry.
You could never unsee it.
There's still a lot of people that just call out white stairs for the armory stairs anyways. Or not the armory, but the
I don't know who you were playing
Yellow
with,
ones.
man, but fair enough.
yeah. See the typical entry coming on. You got the man coming in from the top CEO windows to make sure that they can start to clear CEO wall. They clear open area, archives, things like that to make sure they can start to open hatches down here in the middle floor. Buck also going to see what they're dealing with the top server stairs. There's the typical two-man we're starting to see more often. You got one man to back them up, especially in case the server hatch gets opened. You got to have someone who can help cover that. See the smoke at the top. He's going to be playing that with cover, likely from the Jaeger. I didn't see if that was an exploding Goyo shield or not, or as Parker and Michael like to call them, volcanoes.
Volcan.
They like to call them volcanoes.
It's literally one less. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but if you think about the volcano, it does make sense to describe kind of what it is. There,
Literally,
that is the use of having that. Is now they've actually slowed themselves down.
Literally what it's called. It's Volcan. It's volcano. And
I'm not defending them, man.
Spanish.
You go talk to them, man. They do their own thing.
Bomb located by attackers.
Jaeger just looking for a Maverick to start opening that hatch because there's going to be a hole in it at some point, and he's going to try and shoot up through that hole. In the meantime, there's one smoke left. That's the one he just triggers the one he threw while the fire was going. He's looking for the peak, and oh, the timing! But no one gets hurt because of it. Last smoke has been used now, though, and they're going to try and stun their way in.
There's all the utility used, and M-King is watching for rotation. It's a good drone to have, but they didn't do anything about Will.
So close. That laser sight's not going to help too much, but there you go. Oh, there we go. Sacrifice to the
Shooting
stairs
gallery.
god.
That's two of them. Blood for the blood god. The smoke has already done the work. Zofia and a Buck eliminated. Huge plays here, and Lenda using the Goyo with a Vector, the 2-2, turning around and finding M-King.
I want to see a revamp where they just design the top of those stairs as like a sacrificial altar.
Sweeping for electronics.
Because this is what it is. It's just...
Just a Warhammer reference somewhere.
Well, Hugzord managed to pick up one at least to try and even things up. Still a 3v2 with both, well, probably two TCSGs potentially between the Goyo and the Kaid.
Oh, there's a Vector for the...
Oh, of course, this is Latin America. Oh, the fire doing some work, but then finished off Lenda with a nice kill onto Bullet. All down to Hugzord.
5 seconds left.
Good luck. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and good night. Lenda to finish things off with the pistol. Good defender-sided round, but it means they have to change bomb sites now, and things may not go as well that way. So far, we're looking at a defender-sided day.
It's good Goyo shield placement there.
Yeah. Did he actually have it for below the hatch? So there's, not everyone knows this, but when you walk on shields now, it destroys them.
That's true.
That includes Goyo shields. If you walk on, or jump on, or drop down on top of a Goyo shield, it will explode under your feet, and you will possibly die. Something to keep in mind, and I wasn't sure if that's how it was placed, but they also could have just shot it so that when he dropped into the fire. Either way, it is fun to place them under hatches, so keep that in mind for Cafe. Fun place to be. Good luck placing them, though, to where they can't shoot it from above, as unfortunately trying to place it where you both land on it, and it can't be shot from any angles.
Attackers need to
Despite my
locate
testing,
and
not as
defuse
doable as I'd
bombs.
like. I like those little trolley plays sometimes, what can I say?
So you see, Chatterum, you're learning a lot of things today.
To try and ruin other people's play experiences.
Basically.
I mean, strategy, that's what I meant to say.
Bomb located by attackers.
CEO time, as is typically the secondary bomb site for many teams. You want to go up to this top floor because it is fairly defendable. You get a little bit of space to play around in, and you just have to worry about the windows. That's generally why you see the castle here being played, is he's going to start to shut down some of those windows. It looks like we might have 3 on Banana, as it's called, that curved area around the windows. Top floor, and of course you've got the 2 barricades on the end of the hallway on that wall to stop angles from the window repels outside on the west side. Defense is being set up here in janitor closet, or as Kicks calls it, paper. They may also open some rotate holes, very likely to be able to escape. You don't want to be trapped in there, but I don't think they've opened any yet. tops of the walls being open for possible impact tricking or C4s to be thrown over. Impact tricking, for those again who are not aware, is where you throw an impact nade up and the splash damage from it is enough to take out thermite charges and occasionally, depending on the placement, X Kairos. You did see a rotate hole as well as a possible vault hole setup for paper. Bull in the meantime clears out the bottom floor up to blue stairs, just making sure there's no one playing around, because it is very good sometimes to have a roamer far down, 2 floors down, when you're playing the top floor, just to have a little surprise towards the end of the round. But in this case, it looks like they're clearing it well. Because, you know, you can't really clear top down on the stack. You need to clear bottom up. Default cam's still up here that KDS can take advantage of in the meantime. They also have the yokai rotating around. As we said, Echo's going to get played because he's not banned. That's what you... Oh, unfortunately, there was a little bit of blockage there, so he's going to have to move it a little farther up. But there is an IQ. So those yokais, at least one of them likely will be taken out at some point, if not two. One might be hitting this, but this is what you have to worry about, the lobby. A big old death trap. It can be used to help counter repels, but if you're not on top of it, repels work against you. It's a nice two-way system.
Works both ways, right?
Yep.
I'm not sure about the rotation. You should never be rotating like that.
No, spiral stairs, a minute and a half into the round, not the play.
Definitely not. Trying to run away from bullet here might have just been better to stop through there, or usually have an impact hole of someone to help you run out.
There's
a nitro. Oh,
that's going to deny it. You see him, he was actually playing an angle to throw it diagonally.
Diagonally.
I wanted to emphasize that weird. Just all the way across, because they're generally going to blow that wall first, because it's the wall that lets them sneak in with the table as some cover, as well as some of the desk.
You can still do work with the Maverick. There is a decent chunk of time left, so you can soften the wall with your Maverick trick and get things done that way. But Cypher is going to go around the corner here and might be contesting. The Jaeger is already dead, and I'm not sure if all of the ADSs have been burned, but Will eats a bit of damage, not enough to really do much to him, actually. And still staying inside of the conference room, Lenda will snipe Cyber with his 44 mag.
Hit that smoke, hit that smoke!
Use it! There you go. Good coverage on the smoke. M-King is unable to find a kill there as the entirety of the magazine goes wide. Soul's gonna fire. Novi's is on the floor. Is he?
Hit the diffuser as well, it looks like.
Oh.
Lenda, that's the second time with the ACOG pistol he's gotten a kill.
Will find one more, and there's the dive out from the castle. Elevate, recover, and MIBR falter again. That nitro cell, it's difficult to place, but if you place it right, man, you're gonna get a lot for it.
Plays like that, you must practice. Go into a custom, and the nice thing is you only really need one person to do it. You don't need a two-man crew to practice that, because you can go in, you can reinforce the wall yourself, open up the top of it, and practice your throws. Cool thing is, if you don't detonate it, you can just go over, pick it up, practice it again. Doesn't require any weird cheats or something to be able to try and do that over and over. So do that, practice it. Get the angles down, figure out where you need to be looking, because when you hit those, as you saw, very impactful on the round. I mean, impact tricking is one thing, but if you kill Thermite, that is much more impactful than an impact nade ever will be. 6th pick over to a castle, teasing the clash. Got to go down to Tellers so far. Very defensive side. Elevate doing a great job. Trying to go the full cycle here if they can win at Tellers. We had seen a bit of open area play, but honestly, I feel like that's died back down again. Open area is just, teams are like having such mixed success on it. I feel like they're just more comfortable with Tellers and kind of going back to that. I have a feeling, though, I bet we'll see more open area at Invitational. I feel like that'll be a thing.
Yeah.
If we see Bank a fair amount there. I feel like a lot of teams have also been kind of leaning away from coastline a bit, so maybe we'll see a bit of the maps we see the least in Pro League, we tend to see the most at events like Invitational, just because teams have been saving them. Lenda doing quite a lot of work, 6 kills more than all the rest of his team combined. 2 of those were with the ACOG pistol last time. You don't see actually a lot of kills with that pistol because the TCSG alone is so good, but it was nice to see. He didn't really need the ACOG for that, to be honest, just because those were both fairly close range. Looks like Milos got hit with a flashbang just from that sneeze.
I sneezed out a lung right now. Oh my god.
Well, Will's gonna have a chance to take a breath there. Is the smoke now dead? Good early kill.
Drone activated.
A lot of damage done to Lenda.
Definitely important, as you know how good Lenda's been so far. And I'm glad to see he doesn't actually spell his name the same in game as he does on the sheet. So hopefully they'll submit it for the future sheets correctly as Lenda. So we don't have to deal with that in the future. Diffuser now hanging out outside, though. No one wants to pick it up. It's the diffuser of death because Lenda watching it. Finally gets picked up by Bullet. Managed to sneak in when Lenda wasn't watching. KDS, though, playing with fire here a little bit. They want to defend that top floor, of course, because you don't want them to have top-down control. You hear the Buck doing his thing. Don't want that.
Still have top floor control. That's something that's really scary for the attackers. There's 2 players on the defense that are still roaming up to them.
I like how normally you have someone trying to open from a long range on that wall that's normally reinforced at the top of loan office, but Buck actually went to a side window and bucked it open, it looked like. So they have an angle into that hallway upstairs. I like that. Just a nice, small detail. Good use of Buck.
He's on the skylight, and actually, there is a way to jump from the skylight down and take no damage. So you can do that if you're the
Teach
Buck.
us, Dad.
Honestly, I've seen it. It's not always consistent, but it can happen.
Yeah, some practice and custom as well.
Yep.
Navi's actually close here to approaching site with bullet support here. Now the diffuser brought up, they have a thermite to be able to open things up. They've killed the smoke, so it's really about the Echo dealing with him. Be the next challenge here, as well as Castle, who's quickly dispatched.
There's a pre-fire.
Hunter downed as well. It's now down to just Lenda and Souls.
Lenda can really stop this push then in its track. 2 players from Elevate have dropped down.
Bomb has been
There are drones that can come in, but you can find the kill. There you go. Hugzord is down. At least 1 player you can find their lineup. As Souls gets 1 more on the Novis. Trying to enter into the site here as Souls has pushed himself back. Bullet will go in for the plant, and he might be able to set it down. Souls firing in. Where's the yokai? There's none. There's none to be used. Unfortunate there for the Echo, as you hear the Buck upstairs doing work. This might be the time for the Valkyrie to walk up, but might be a bit too late. Castle Barricade was already destroyed, and Cyber is watching for this easy headshot there onto Lenda with a 3K for Cyber. And Souls will rotate back onto the site here in Archives, all the way around Box Skylight. The IQ's around the corner, through the soft wall, but you're going to be watched from the top floor as well, going in for 1, but Bullet is ready for you. And there's MIBR with a round.
Well, finally, an attack round 1. Some of that due to just some really good kills, making sure that they weren't able to fight back nearly as well on the attack. The early kill out of the smoke, I think, really helped a lot that round, but also just locking out a lot of the players on the actual site. Definitely playing out in their favor, but 1 attack round 1 on the 3rd bomb site for Elevate is not a great way to start things, as that doesn't really bode well if that continues, because that's a 2-to-1 ratio for Elevate to get, which would mean a 4-2 or a 4-2 split, which is not great. Mozzie being snuck to here from Hunter just to make sure it's a surprise when they go to drone instead of having the Kaed. So they're going to be expecting the Kaed for Maverick to do his thing, which means if they don't drone the Mozzie out properly and know that he's there instead of the Kaed, they will still be kind of cautious about trying to clear the hatches with Maverick, which is good because then that will be Hugzord having to play the way he usually does instead of having hatches he can open in place of Maverick, because Maverick's just going to assume there's going to be the Kaed. Like I said, unless they drone that out properly. But it can be difficult to keep track of. Keep in mind, while we see all the operators, they see 5 question marks until they've pinged them on a drone or some other cam. So we will see a bit of roam play here. It looks like Hunter looking like he's going to play upstairs in Teller's Archives. Likely has the Mozzie 6 pick so that he can bring some of those pests to be able to deny some entry himself. No mute to help with that, but still, just making sure you play a little more safely up there. There's also likely going to be a Black Eye from Lenda to be able to help support him. Probably not going to commit any of the Yokais upstairs, but you could as well. Need one for here, though, inside CCTV to make sure they can deny a plant.
Even though a lot of Echoes have been kind of hiding their yokai under the desk, right?
It is a good spot because the main point being if IQ sees it, can't do anything about it.
Exactly. It's behind a desk. It's pretty much indestructible. So you had it there. Empire used that quite consistently and won them quite a few rounds if you're looking at the time frame from the Raleigh Major until today. Novi's going to come in, actually uncontested inside of Garage.
There's got to be a yokai in there, though. But it should have been the IQ coming in to be able to spot that. However, Navi's not losing his fight just yet. Doesn't seem to have backup.
Bit of damage done to Lenda there as Novi's still trying to come around the corner. It's a bit early to rotate into Garage. Usually these Garage takes, or at least Garage pressure, comes in a bit later.
Honestly, he doesn't have to do anything from here, though. He can just play distraction, but he actually has backup from M-King.
And that I'm not sure about, putting the Maverick in there, unless your plan is to drop into that gold
They
vault.
also might have seen, though, that there was no Kaed. They don't need the Maverick as much now.
So their decision is, yeah, we can open one hatch with a thermite, and then we can use the second thermite charge to enter in from server. Hugzord, speaking of the thermite, will find Hunter.
Ooh, that's the roamer down.
It is looking like a gold vault take.
Good switch up, though. They started to pressure him because the Maverick rotated up and assisted in pressuring the roamer. That actually worked out, and now there's still a lot of pressure down here. You see the one Yokai who is in here. Again, not bringing the IQ and bringing the Zofia instead might be a mistake, but if Navi's wins this fight, doesn't matter at the end of the day, does it?
But watching that small pixel angle, usually used by an Echo, or really any ACOG operator, especially the Maestro, in this case banned, but there's the ectothermic charge, and just as we expected.
Yep, could be going for vault side here. And this is why you want to cut off that rotation.
100% be that play. Lenda has a Nitro cell, and if you can corner the attackers, you can definitely make that Nitro pay dividends. Back to you. You can pressure in from the white stairs, exactly what Maverick's trying to do. But Lenda turns the corner, loses the gunfight, though, to the Maverick with the big hat. Novi's going to walk up closely here with Will around the corner, and will find the kill on Novi's. Expected there, but you're dropping with no flashes that are hitting the defenders. They're still all back, and I'm not sure about that one there. KDS exposing himself a bit too much. This bullet takes him down. They drop into the vault as Souls will find 2 kills. One of them dropped on the floor. Will get the finisher on bullet, and this seems to have not worked. Indeed, Souls will find the last one on the Cyber. This is why it's so difficult to push into Gold Vault. You sit in here and you do your best Casa de Papel impression, and there's just no one that's going to walk in. Well, machine gun or not.
Here's part of the problem, though, is it was really fast to take Garage, but then really slow to be able to actually place for the gold drop, basically. Because it was so slow to actually drop the vault, that gave time for players to rotate, to get into good positions. Echo was providing additional intel as well as fighting his own fights there. So just it was very easy for him to be able to win those because it's very hard to contest while you're dropping. Overall, though, Elevate's still in that 2-to-1 role. However, rather than go up to CEO for their second here, they're actually going to go to Tellers, the one site that they lost. That's an interesting choice, given that, again, it was the one site that they lost, whereas they could go back to CEO and possibly more reliably win that. Although some of that was off the back of that C4 that might not work a second time. So we'll see how they do this here. They've got the KED, be able to possibly help with some walls, depending on how they want to reinforce. You can have players... Well, it looks like they could actually be using for reinforcing on the hatches, the KED for that. Possibly. There will be the Thermite and the Maverick, so hatches, as well as possibly some walls. May not be long for this world. Lend is still sitting at the 6, but 2 of his teammates, Souls and Will, have really caught up to him, doing some work there. Whereas it's a little more spread across Hugzord, Cyber, and Bullet on MIBR's side. But yeah, they're not doing so great, unfortunately. Elevate, really, still the big surprise for me here in Latin American Pro League. They're doing, I really thought off the beginning of the season, like, oh, let's watch Elevate throw every game they play. And they've just not been that. I'm really pleasantly surprised with this team. Even if they go nowhere from here in this match, I still am pleasantly surprised with this team who've really shown a lot of potential. Fortunately for KDS, not going to show any more potential this round other than sitting on cams for his teammates. But Navi's with a nice early kill to make up for him being the first death on attack, I believe, last round.
Fair enough. Fair enough. At least now he'll be watching those drones. Souls has been able to do a decent chunk of work with the Echo and actually playing inside of that kitchen slash break room area.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Same setup as we saw before, and nothing really different as far as we can tell. M-King using his Maverick here to open up some holes and look all the way down the hallway here. Again, a very normal thing to do, as you want to cause as much havoc as possible and cut off this white stairs power position. Not sure about Lenda dropping away from white stairs and actually playing inside of open areas. I really think that white stairs is still overall a better position to be playing. M-King's going to open up one hole, but he can open up some more just to confuse his opponent. Cyber, in the meantime, is not wasting a single second and is upstairs destroying as much of the floorboards as possible.
It's nice to see Souls being able to play so freely in open area. That's definitely a dangerous thing to be doing, but the fact that MIBR aren't really countering it is kind of interesting, because this is giving a lot more mobility to these defenders, and Lenda as well being able to take advantage of that because now he can rotate down as needed to rotate around, but Bullet in the meantime does take out Hunter. So MIBR, despite a bit of the slow approach here, with a minute left and a 5 to 3 man advantage, actually looking pretty good. They just got to identify who the last players are, find out where they can go for a push to get plant down, and they can make it happen. And it is weird that Bullet is the diffuse carrier instead of Hugsword, though. Usually you want one of your hard breaches to be carrying it instead of the Echo, or not Echo, but the IQ.
This is what makes sense there. I was talking about Lenda, dropping off of this position. It's just, yeah, when you have that open hatch that you can drop down from, yeah, it works. Solus has a long angle all the way down, and last round is able to find 2 kills through it.
There we go. They switched up who's going to play.
We can find this kill. This would be
Lenda,
huge on the buck, but no, push from below.
Great flank.
Smart from MIBR to realize that, hey, this is something we're going to have to deal with.
15 seconds left.
Are they going to run into the Echo? I assume not. A Bullet will find 1 kill, and it's all up to Solus. He can stop the plant. Nah, he's down. Flawless round from MIBR. They completely read this from Elevate, as Elevate pretty much did the same thing that happened a few rounds ago, and it's just...
Yeah, Tellers is not the play for them.
No.
Back to CEO, I imagine, will go because they can't go back to CCTV, so their last defense should be CEO. Unless they really want to try that one more time, no, they're going to go CEO. That is the play here. They still have a round lead, and if they can take CEO again, they will have the 4-2 split. But we'll see. Pretty much same lineups coming out here, although I don't think they have to worry about telegraphing the castle or anything for this bomb site, because if you're MIBR, you know they're going to go CEO next. There's not really a whole lot of thinking to go into that because they can't go CCTV. They're not going to want to go open area unless they have like some pocket strap for that they want to use. So they're going to go back to what's worked. See if they set it up any differently, but unlikely to need to. It was a pretty effective defense before. MIBR did a good job trying to poke some holes in it, but really the loss of that thermite on the C4 started to make it hard to do so because it's really dangerous to be doing that as Maverick out in the open. Is anyone poking their head out from the janitor closet can really wreak some havoc on you, although you can cover that, of course. You just don't want to have to. See those castle barricades go up. Those are to prevent different angles from the rappels so that someone can potentially play in the reception area. Soul's also just going to be playing that spot at the top. Now, the nice thing is the spot he's playing, he can play there or in the elevators. He's got an ADS to help cover him. He can help sit there on the yokais for quite some time. Unless they go to push up spiral stairs, he's likely to be in a safe position for a period of time until they've got good control of stock and or possibly control of the janitor closet. In the meantime, they're going to drone down below and see what they have to worry about from below. See if they're going to have to clear there or if they could just focus entirely on the top floor. Well, I like the flank drone setup there from Cyber now, because if he's going to have 2 drones ideally, one to help push, one to set for flank. Bank especially is a map that tends to have a lot of flank drone positions where you want to make sure certain areas where there's a pretty big area you could see with a single drone position are covered. In the meantime, Hunter actually gets dropped. It's not looking good for him. Might have been a grenade over the...
Oh, there's the grenade.
Followed up, so nicely done. I imagine that was probably both of Cyber's grenades. But killing the castle, not the most influential, but certainly not a bad start. Worth 2 grenades to get a kill there and have the man advantage early. But Navi's, in the meantime, taking a minute of damage. Needs to make sure he's not traded out for that kill on Hunter because, well, a Zofia is definitely more valuable than a castle.
Reminder that last time Elevate played this site, they lost KDS early on as he was walking up the spiral staircase. And Novi's actually is going to take a ton of damage. I'm not sure from what. It seemed like someone was using, or he was using an impact grenade and maybe hit himself through it. I'm not sure. Regardless, though, this is now a problem for Elevate. How do they deal with a take from lobby? They have a yokai drone here, and it's a bit difficult to snipe it because of the angle, but it's going to be found. And Bullet obviously is playing the IQ.
I mean, it's been working out okay. From Navi's, though, even on lower health, needs to do something here. Hugsword actually the one to fall. It looks like possibly a run out from KDS. As you mentioned, he was last to fall last time. This time, he was managed to get a kill, the first to get a kill. Cyber, though, follows up his kill earlier with a second one on Lenda, who's been a very influential player, and KDS finds his second, trading it with Navi's. Overall, Elevate not in a great position, but at least a smoke and an echo. If you want some players left, those are 2 good operators to try and clutch with here.
If anyone's going to do the clutching right now, it should be Cyber here around the corner in the bucket. He gets a 3K. They're just funneling into him. Will we'll be able to find one more finisher. There it goes. But Cyber's already gone inside of the building. It's a 1v1.
Diffuser's across the map over there. He's not even going to go for it.
30 seconds left. And he
Playtime?
can't go for the
No!
gunfight. Cyber, the 4K. How do you just even keep peeking into him? If you know that the attack is coming from the lobby, there has to be someone watching the windows. It only makes sense.
I don't know what the intel was
was
like for either team, but it seemed like it was better for MIBR because Elevate, first off, should not have been watching that. They should have been in a better secure position and played time if they knew the diffuser was not in their hands and all the way across lobby. Or possibly even outside, actually, because we saw Hugzord die due to a run out. I think the diffuser was outside, dropped from the windows. So he had no choice but to fight. So they probably should have played off that information if they had it, but it looked like MIBR had better intel and were able to peek that effectively. So nice job, Cyber, with a 4K that last round. Really well done by him. He's going to actually play the Warden off the 6th pick this round, but against the 6th pick Monty. So I got to imagine the Warden's going to be to play the server stairs to try and avoid being flashed out, but he's got to time that well. CCTV, see how it goes. Monty is a good attempt to push on this. I always love to see, too, like, if someone brings Monty and then someone brings Clash, and then he's got the shield versus shield of the server stairs. It's always fun in the most sarcastic way to watch. 666 from Elevate, more like Helevate there. Bad joke.
3-3 at the half, right? It's okay. It's bank. It's still one of those equal maps.
Thanos would be pleased. It's a snap.
There we go.
10 seconds
Got him.
left.
Got him.
Goodbye, chat.
So we'll see if Elevate play any better on attack than MIBR did, but did seem to be some weaknesses for Elevate's defenses outside of CCTV.
Okay. They're going to run the Warden inside a blue/server.
Yeah.
I like it, but still keep in mind that Warden right now still needs to wait until his I guess, glasses recharge fully before he can use them again, which is... It's easy to bait that out, to say the least.
But if the Monty starts pushing in from sewers, it's going to be very difficult for Warden to be able to do a whole lot. If they go that route, or if he starts pushing the server stairs. Either way, if they push with someone that's a good shot behind Monty, it's going to be difficult for Cyber to do much. And the Monty was 6th pick too, so it's very unlikely that they know Monty is in play right now. See what Cyber's going to do here. He's just waiting. Could have the smoke as support. M King, if he decides no one is playing sewers, could rotate around as well to throw smokes to help delay for him. And a smoke with a Warden combo is actually very effective on the stairs. Helps if you have a shield as well, but we're going to see Will rotate in to start to help the server stairs. Got to deal with some extra wooden barricades, though. Linda, why didn't you help your man out with those? Come on. There we go. Cyber knows what he's up against now. Can't do a whole lot about it. There's the smoke to come out. Just baited out by Monty. He was keenly aware that they needed to do that. Time to burn some ADS as well. That one's burned. Not sure if there's a backup close enough to stop anything more here, and that's what Warden's for. There's a second smoke. Just trying to bait him out as fast as they can, because these are now smokes that can't be used to defend the site. However, the C4 in Warden's pocket can be helpful.
And of course, the Thermite in the meantime has been able to open up a hatch. And because there's the Maverick in play, it's not like what we saw.
There's the other ADS.
Yeah. Will and Hills, two bits of smoke there, but it's fine. Hunter is going to have more than enough space here to destroy the hatch. It's taking a lot to breach it, but...
Oh, there's someone trying to counter him, and he knows it. He's looking for peeks as well. This timing, though, from Will is not really working out. Oh, you moved too far ahead, but Lenda with a nice nade down to M King. Smokes was out anyways, but wow, that's what you ought to worry about when that hatch gets opened.
That's the problem. Running this position without having the double heart breach ban makes it so much more difficult, and now you're left with one nitro cell. Remember, Will can only block damage from that nitro for himself. So the moment that there's any information...
There's no nitro cells left except for Hugzord anyways.
Soul's going to be opening up the sidewall. Here's 20 seconds left. Yeah, you're going to have time to go in and plant. You can bait utility if you want.
Oh, he's just going to completely block a C4 throw here. Look, throwing it over him.
That's the play. Nitro cell. No, it got shot in the air, did it? It didn't even hit. There's the kill from Bullet, though, onto Lenda. That's at least a flank taken out. But no, they're going to push in. The plan is not set yet. Oh, as I say that, it's down. But everybody shot out from MIB.
Bullet won that round. That was all on Bullet's timing. I was
How?
He wasn't covering Hugzord well enough.
Why?
But his push in was just... I mean, It was
Where?
Lenda.
Maverick!
Lenda was really in charge of watch. Yeah,
Maverick, come on, man. You should be watching that hatch.
they were not well prepared for that, it seemed. Well
That
done
is-
by Bullet, though, saving that round.
That is a thrown round if I've ever seen it.
Because that could have been the first attack win on CCTV, and it was very close to one. Monty up close there was a great idea. Problem is he couldn't pressure the Jaeger well enough, so focused on Hugzord, and then just missed defenses from both Lenda, who managed to get killed first, although he'd done his job by then, as well as the Maverick. Not great. But MIBR looking good now on at least their first defense, but that was awfully close. We'll see how they can pull off on CEO, if they can do any better. It was the first defense win on CEO as well last time, so it's not going to be a huge deal. They do fake the Kaed, making it look like they could be going to a different site, but instead, there's the castle. Because the castle is a tip-off. Castle is one of those operators that's often 6-pick-2 because you're trying to disguise the site, whereas some other operators maybe 6-pick-2 for other reasons. Generally, when you see a castle 6-pick, it's because they want to hide what bomb site they're picking when there is a choice available. There are times when it's pretty obvious where they'll be going, and there's no point in doing that. Although I suppose what you can do is disguise which operator you 6-pick off of. So if you 6-pick the castle when they know where you're going, they won't necessarily know which operator you switched out. So there's a little bit of mental game you can still play with them there.
10 seconds left.
We will see the Monty attempted again. They're feeling pretty confident in that. Lenda had a pretty good play last time. Managed to get 2 with the assistance of Monty, but this is a different site, different strategies. There will be a couple C4s, likely at least from Bullet and Navi's. But that's it. So I don't know if we'll see the same attempted C4 play that we saw in terms of countering the wall from being open. But with the Monty in play, they might go for a spiral stairs push from the front lobby. Something you can try and do when you can push up without getting immediately demolished. They do have tops of the walls open there with the pocket shotgun of the Deagle when it comes to caliber-based destruction.
Just to open up some holes in the wall, throw in a camera on the side of it, right?
Could be using the Monty as well to try and just hold and suppress janitor closet while they try and open the wall.
That is a good point. They have not been able to really deal with that part of the map. However, it's kind of been shown that both teams aren't afraid of switching the side completely and going for a take from lobby.
M King needs to be careful with that. Now he's got it rotated back. He had it just in case they were going to be pressing for lone office, things like that, so he gets spotted early.
Love how it kicks up so much dust.
Yeah.
It's a tiny drone. Does anybody clean this place? The janitor is never...
It's a Roomba, isn't it?
You know, in my own apartment, 100% would have a room.
Locked him in. He's now the doorway. Lenda, the death machine. Takes down Cyber early. That's just the Jaeger, but still. Important player gone.
He's just standing there menacing.
It's not fair, but he's actually locked the C4 player in there. I don't know if there's a rotate out. In the meantime, Bullet finds a kill of his own on the KDS.
Oh, that's good.
Ironically enough, that's the player, the operator that Bullet had been playing.
That is a huge kill there. It just limits the amount of pressure that MIBR can be putting on, or Elevate can be putting on MIBR.
Doesn't do anything about this, though.
You're doing some damage to Will, right?
Yeah, he's trying. I wonder if he's going to actually get pushed down the hatch at some point, even. He's going to have to rotate the meeting.
Follow me.
And now they have control of Janitor.
Bullet's watching. Maybe there's somebody else on the rappel or trying to get to it. Not sure. We didn't hear anybody zooming down, so there's always a possibility. He's checking. He's checking. There is somebody up. They're slowly making their way in. It's a bit too far now as Novis has found Lenda. So finally, and there's Will connected on a Novis, finishing him off from below. Maybe did the mute drop downstairs? Yes, he did, and the nitro did land into Janitor.
Nicely
Take down
done.
Monty. It's very nicely done, perfectly baited there, and definitely a position where the Monty had an advantage to just stand there menacingly.
Ooh, Hugzord.
Great play there with the UMP to find souls inside a Janitor, leaving Hunter on his own. MIBR striking back, and they're very much striking hard on their defense. Novi's lost has already done his work, but there's the final shot, turning around the corner in 90 through Janitor. It's Bullet.
So far, we're still stuck in the mirror match situation because what we saw from Elevate as well, they defended CCTV and CEO successfully. First, it's Tellers that's the decider here. Will they be able to defend Tellers when Elevate was not able to? They don't have to go here, as I said, they could go open office, but that's a tricky one, so I can understand why they wouldn't want to. They are bringing the Mozzie to be able to help deny some droning, likely of the site, potentially as well. But is he going to stick the Monty? Will try it again? Will. And it's on the Hunter, the 6th pick, actually, off the Maverick. Knowing they're going to Tellers, decides he wants to actually deal with some of the utility potentially on the Twitch, or just go for the frags. Some Twitch players want to use it for the drone. Some want to use it for the drone to kill. Not necessarily to clear gadgets, but it can help to at least clear some default cams. They will actually potentially even clear some of those black eyes if you can spot them early. So we'll have KDS able to spot the gadgets from the outside. So that might assist in Lenda being able to get those. Melinda's also been pretty good on the frags. So him playing on the Buck will be able to help support as well, along with Hunter if they go to further frags. A lot of setup upstairs because you still need to somewhat hold CEO here to be able to defend below in Tellers. But the Mute Mozzie combo should help with some of those walls as well as denying some drones, in theory, which will make it harder for them to get an idea what's going on in the site. But also, you don't really need to care as much what's going on in the site until you have top floor control. And once you have top floor control, you generally shoot those Mute Jammers and Mozzie pests from above. So I don't know if those are going to be terribly helpful. But it's worth a shot. Monty going to do initial droning to not give away whether or not he's actually really going to be played. Because he's not needed initially, although you can use Monty in place of a drone as well. We see the Twitch drone likely be used to help for entry for Hunter. Good cameras around here on the black eyes. Just trying to cover lobby, and of course you don't want to have to do that, manually. So that's why you use the cams, a little safer.
This is just so open.
Yeah.
Really, the Twitch play, I don't know, man. With the current, like, quote-unquote metagame of running both the Mozzie and the Mute, I have barely been seeing Twitch, right? There's a point where after Maestro got nerfed and it meant that the Evil Eyes get sniped way easier and you can double tap it with a Twitch drone, we would see Twitch all the time, but Mozzie wasn't that big of a deal yet, and now he's just so much part of the entire metagame that it's just not worth it that much. Lenda, though, will find Cyber. Again, the Buck having such a massive effect on the game, even when not using the Scalding Key. You can take top floor control. That definitely will help you out. What was that?
Look at that fly. Twitch drone just flying down the hatches.
See, it's caught. That's
it's
what I don't get.
Mozzie's. That's right. Yeah, that's KDS finding M King as well. Nicely done. So even if that Twitch dies, there still will be a shock drone in action just for the defenders. Elevate. Looking in control, but still, having a shock drone in the control of Mozzie is not great. However, they're going to get top-down control here at some point. With only 3 players left, they're going to be able to set up for a plant on this doorway. Potentially, no, they're going to open the wall first.
You can plant right behind the Monty.
Yeah.
But of course, again, let's remind everybody, because we made the mistake. It was me and Kix, and we made it. Nitro Cell will only block the damage for the Monty and not for the player behind him. Keep that in mind. There's no control of the top floor either, which is usually bad. Real bad.
But it also does mean with only 3 players left, they're split with 1 person up top and 2 down here, and now just 1 down, and 0 on site. Just Bullet upstairs, and he's not.
Wow.
Lenda on a tear.
Man.
Tellers is not the site for either team. If a team could figure out their Tellers defense,
Oh my
it's
God.
like they almost automatically win at this point.
They didn't even need to take the top floor. Why are we even here?
Yeah. Because we're paid to be. And because we enjoy talking about this game.
Okay. You didn't have to prove me wrong,
Okay.
but you did.
Well, that's the perks of the job.
Proving me wrong?
Yeah. Take it where I can get it. Monty again, huh? All right. This time they're going to try that push again and hopefully have a little more success with it because they were pretty effective all the way up till the plant. And the pushback from Bullet was just, that was rough dealing with that. Playing that Jaeger in the red hallway, or the end of red hallway kind of corner. So, I guess the difference here is Cyber's going to be, instead of playing that Warden, he's going to bring in Ella, and that's, I mean, somewhat useful, but I don't know. I suppose he'll have a shotgun as well, and that's the key, is having a shotgun at the top, so you can get those kills. We've seen how many people have been sacrificed to shotguns, because it's very, very effective at that corner. Obviously, at least setting something up.
10 seconds
See him
to
get
go.
on his cams, possibly. Not sure who's in there for a second.
5 seconds left.
So, again, wooden barricade on the door from electrical just to make it a little slower for them to get in, and also really give him an indicator when he's going to have to worry about players coming from there as he holds the top of server stairs. Navi's got one camera left to set up. He wants to set it up, I think, in open area, but he's looking to see if he can get someone on a peak. This could really backfire on him, though. He's got to be smart about this. If he sacrifices himself early with a C4 and a black eye in his pocket, that'd be dumb. That is not a great play. Hunter's going to continue to drone, see if he's backed them off, and he has. Monty's just waiting for enough information to know when to enter. I think he's got it at this point. Because he doesn't want to get flanked when he comes here to be able to push. He's got to really focus on the server stairs. So he needs to make sure the rest of the square skylight area is clear. Lenda has above to be able to watch that. Oh, also opened up an angle in the floors. You can see just above Monty to be able to help provide an angle down to the doorway. There is a shield at the top as well. That is a good adaptation. And that might be part of the reason they went to the Ela, to be able to bring that shield to make it more difficult for Monty to be able to push up because he can't get past that shield without vaulting.
And you see how well spaced those ADSs are?
Yeah.
It really is a major part of
And
this.
with no Thatcher on board as well, you don't have to worry as much about the spacing. You just want to worry about the angles.
Exactly. That is a big reason of why the Thatcher gets banned in general, but more specifically on Bank. So this is why you kind of have to build around the fact that it's going to be an eventual ban. Will's going to be forced to drop his shield here thanks to the Gizmot. There's still, well, 0 of them actually. They've all been used, but because there's a double heart breach, you're going to have to stick into blue and might need to sacrifice 2 players. You have to watch. If you make a mistake here, MIBR can just lose so many players for free. Huxor, though, is going to put himself inside of the server to watch and catch anybody dropping through the hatch, but he's going to be the one caught red-handed. Lenda with a kill.
Well, that's a good start here, taking out a C4 off the board as well. And now that Lenda's downstairs, he gets killed for it, but a trade on an obvious, at least from KDS. Now still in the favor of Elevate, especially now that M-King's downed. Cyber as well in low health, but managed to take one out. Just back and forth, KDS, though, coming out on top. Now a 4v1, especially if they can get Monty back up, and they do.
If they were able to get that IQ in the Monty, this would have been definitely doable for the Jaeger. Unfortunately, they're a bit too much range, and unfortunate, again, for the Ela.
It's looking like we might see a draw.
It's very doable here for Bullet. The amount of HP left, but there's still time he's got to work with. Yeah, 2 flashbangs in the face. Bullet's looking up into the wall, and the Jaeger's like, oh, what do I do here? Once that diffuser's planted, there's pretty much no way to bring it back, and it will be. You fire up, you hit a headshot, but instantly drop down to KDS. It's Elevate. Grab one more.
2 attacks in a row. And that's the first successful attack on CCTV. The Monty was the play, but it really just came down to timing. It was surprising to see Lenda fall, but the fact that it was traded off, KDS did very well that round. I think he picked up at least 3. Really made a difference in that huge man advantage they had over the Jaeger. Just Bullet could only do so much. They are going to try again, of course, because they can play it one more time. If they win it, of course, then they have to go somewhere else. But they could go back to CEO now. So they have that option should they win or lose this for the final round. But I am smelling a draw incoming. You never know. Cyber sneaking to again. He might have been teasing the Echo to make him think they're going to go to a different site, but no, they're going to try the same thing again and hope they have a little bit better luck this time, now knowing how the attack was going to come down, I suppose.
Attackers need
See
to
if they
locate
can
and
adapt better,
defuse
but
bombs.
that really didn't look super convincing from that defense enough to justify it. So we shall see. Usual setup going to come out here from the defense. They're going to have to time those smokes a little bit better, try and do a bit more damage onto Will if they can. As you saw them trying to counter it, as well as the Grismonts. They're going to have to use those a little more effectively. They're going to have to try and make sure that a lot of utility is burned, trying to clear ADSs. I imagine they'll place that shield there again. Lenda and Bullet, though, 15 and 12. Those are definitely the highlight stars of their team at the moment.
Camera
Pretty
feed
good.
up and running.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse
So,
it.
is Navi's going to be on this roam yet again? He didn't get pushed. He didn't get punished for it last time, so it's not really bad. But they're going to be expecting it more so this time. Are they going to play actually 2 upstairs? could be dangerous, but maybe that will help with this. While they'll be distracted by the server stairs, maybe the idea is to go for a flank from the roam.
Yeah.
If there's a hole in the, well, no, Will's going to make sure that there's no obvious hole there. And punish on the obvious, but Bullet at least gets trade back onto KDS. But the early kill there is definitely going to help. KDS, though, was the star of last round, so it might really backfire a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah,
but it's good to punish that roam a little bit, force them back to site.
Yeah, it's killing the IQ. If you would have gotten a Heartbreacher, that would definitely have been a way better position. But
Absolutely.
still, a kill is a kill. Lost the Valk, you lose out on a Nitro. And I think MIBR's play was not just to roam there, but also to make sure that they hold on to blue and server longer than they did last time. They had the mute rotate in a bit too late in the previous round. Of course, they are bringing the same operator again, but dealing with this Monty is going to be a bit complicated.
Yeah, that shield is even tighter to the doorway now.
Go. And this is why you space those ADSs, by the way. Just make sure that the rest that are thrown in, because especially the shield, you can't really bounce them around the corner too easily and clear ADSs through it. Bullet is looking for a hole, and he's going to be forced back at least for a second. One more gas canister thrown out.
All the Christian mines have been used as well.
I assume they're also spaced inside
I would hope
the
so.
staircase. No waiting. Linda's ready to push. Souls as well. You wish to have Zofia here to stun lock, but Linda has grenades, and Will might actually dive down on his own with Souls in support upstairs. That would actually be a pretty decent way to run this one.
A minute left or less now, though.
Actually, why not drop the Monty at this point? Linda's going to go in. He's going to get Gujmotet. Grenades out, and he's got the shotgun out. A second grenade might be enough, but Cybro has found Will. Shotgun into the face. Mkin collects one. Bullet finds the other. And Cybro's trying to do work with the RG-15, but Souls is last in at half HP. And they're all stalling outside of the blue window, blue staircase, blue window. You might as well call it a window right now. There is that new shield sitting right in front of it, and the shotgun wielding some smoke here, sitting right up behind it. Yeah, they're playing games. Playing games with my heart. Soul's going in for the reload. He's still got one more thermite charge left. The defenders are swarming. There's 4 of them, and they've already gone up to the top floor. The rotation drone, of course, the flank one, excuse me, was able to spot the Jaeger moving inside of the break room. Unfortunately, the gunfight was won by the Jaeger.
So, unfortunately, Lenda's play not working out was the start of the snowball series of events. Just not working. The great defense, I believe, of the smoke player, I'd imagine, that was playing at the bottom of the stairs, just completely reacting. He saw the nade, and the nade actually rolled gently into an ADS. You saw the indicator at first, then all of a sudden, bzz, grenade was gone. That ADS that was placed lower on the stairs, very smartly done, managing to catch that. That forced nothing out of the player, smoke player at the bottom, because Lenda just walked right into that. I liked the idea, but he just didn't have enough information to make that play correctly. And once that happened, death just started rolling, and there was really not enough pushback from the members of Elevate. And well, not much you can do when you put all of your eggs in the stairs basket and it doesn't work. CEO last night, though, I'm still smelling that draw incoming. It'll be our first draw of the days. We had 2 7-4s for the first 2 matches. CEO has been mostly successful, though, but there was one attack went on at the very last defensive round for Elevate. They did lose CEO to MIBR. It's entirely possible we could see a mirror here.
Activating camera.
But if not, yeah. Well, they are going to bring one change, though, and that Hunter now is going to be bringing the Capitao. So they're going to be bringing that along with the Monty. So they're going to be doing a lot of corralling that you can do with those 2. Whether it'll be successful or not, hard to say. But Lenda and Bullet there, again at 15. A lot of the other players, not as high, but doing a lot of work. See a lot of 8s and 6s, but it's Hunter and M-King that need to catch up to each other.
Right away, and I think the Capitao is the big change. You needed to have that before, though, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Like, it would have helped you push players outside of the stairs, you know. Pushing into blue is just so much easier with the up.
The big problem was, like, you know, we had the Monty push onto the Jenner closet last time, and then just getting C forward. I don't think he's going to fall for that a second time.
No, because you think about it, it's like, how did he fall for it? Like, you can see that a million miles away and then just walk back into the hallway, right?
Yeah, he just was not prepared for it, but he will be now. So combination with the capped out should really help, but also the smoke to help for a plan, potentially, as there's no maestro to be able to see through the smokes, and I don't think they brought any bulletproof cameras.
No, I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Again, we don't have control POVs.
They also have extra smokes, I forgot, as well, from the Monty,
This
so
is very true.
ADSs or not, they'll decide how they want to do it, but
Bomb located by attackers.
the barbed wire is not really that big of a deal. He doesn't have to clear it necessarily, but I'm sure he'd like to. He's looking as well for some cameras.
Oh.
There's the first kill, Hunter. Whether he uses the crossbow or not, nice early kill, but again, it's onto the castle and it's not a big pick early.
But he used the castle barricade to protect himself from the side as well, so it's good usage of really whatever is around him. Novi's going to try to bait the Monty again. Yeah, there he goes. Run back. Yes, thank God.
Well, now
Bait the
closet
nitro.
control. I like that he actually is calling out for the hatch to be opened to help provide pressure on the player downstairs as well.
Fortunately, a bit too slow there. Bullet's taking a bit of damage, but in the meantime, the IQ is going to focus on an entry here.
Oh, I like that Will's cutting off the rotation, and he's not just taking control of Janitor, he's also taking control of meeting by proxy. And there's the rotate up. Lenda, totally seeing it coming. Unfortunately now, looking like Elevate, bring this tie pretty soon here as a huge man advantage. Continues down to a 4-2.
Capped out crossbow bolt has already been thrown into the center of B here as the Monty's watching. Cyber will find one kill though on the Souls and it turn into a 3v2. Doable right now, but yeah, there's the shot. Stop! Oh my God, he actually hits it. Hunter from behind coming in support, but Cyber has no nitros again. He's got nothing to deal with except for his gun. One of the best in the game, but he'll get shot around the corner. Oh, the quick headshot on the Hunter. A 2K now for Cyber. He's got to deal with a Monty, and oh my God, just dealing with a Monty on his own is going to be a hell.
Especially with 50 HP, it only takes a few hip shots to just hipfire shots to take you out.
Two of them pretty much at this range. KDS around the corner. You know that he's by that couch. Try to pre-fire into the corner, but the Monty's already hiding behind the corner himself. To the landing. Try to shoot the feet, but he still switches pretty quickly from on and off, but he just cannot fire very quickly between the two. Getting the IQ, but there's barely any time. Cyber, yeah, it's over right now. You're going to go for the fight against the Monty. You're not going to win that one there. Doesn't need to shoot you. It's so sad. Oh!
And that's part of the reason you see Will with also a low rating is playing Monty. He's not getting a lot of kills, but he's certainly doing his job.
His effect on the round is definitely visible.
Yeah, this round especially. Well, there's that tie that we saw coming there, but that was also a well-balanced match. And showing that Elevate, though, still have a lot of potential here, especially players like Lenda at KDS, Will on the Monty even.
Man, 17 frags.